podcast. I'm Dr. Anthony Britton.
And I am Professor LaRon Wilson.
Professor LaRon Wilson, you're here joining me. We're going to be talking a little bit about MMA, UFC, maybe some boxing, pretty much whatever comes off the top of our heads.
Yeah.
It's a pretty loose format here, so if you're interested, stick around. What do you think's going on now? You're a trainer, right? You're a trainer. I'm a trainer. We know each other from UFC gym. Where, we both coach there. So when you see like a camp that's like you got Nurmagomedov, like multiple knee injuries, knee surgeries. You got Kane and shoulder surgery, knee surgery, this surgery, that surgery. You got Cormier just had to pull out of something. I don't know if has Rockhold had that problem.
No, not lately. Maybe earlier, but not lately. He's been on a tear. So
what do you feel is going on in that camp?
I mean, maybe their training method needs to be altered a little bit. I mean, if you see injuries keep coming from your athletes and coming, you got to figure out where it's coming from. Like, is it your strength and conditioning? Is it you're pushing too hard during sparring? Or are you doing this? Like, they got to sit down and really map it out and see when are these people getting hurt and try to find a way to fix it.
Yeah, for me, like I think the hardest thing to keep track of, like if you're just doing strength and conditioning, you can keep track of your volume. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I did 5 sets of this, and then 5 sets of this, many reps of this weight, and you can track. You can know, I moved exactly this much weight that day, mm-hmm. and on my next workout, I moved the same amount of weight, or more, plus 5%, and you'd be able to track your progress that way properly. When it comes to like sparring, and you're like, how many times did you shoot for a double? How many kicks did you throw? How many times did you have to sprawl? Like, it's kind of hard to keep that type of stats.
True, it is hard, but there's guys watching. You're sparring hard too many days. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your light days of sparring. Where you're just touching. You have your days you bang. So you need both. You need balance. Every day can't be a bang day. Everybody would be retarded. So I'm just saying, mentally challenged, but it would not be a good look after a while.
Yeah, I see a lot of that, like in like I'm a huge proponent of not, like I don't mind sparring hard because defensively, like I've always been very sound. I don't get hit very much, so it's like we can go hard, but really it's me going hard. But I see a lot of guys that are kind of the mindset that it's only about going hard or else it's a waste of time, But then oddly enough, I see people. They're really a proponent of like, the Thais do this. The Thais don't spar hard. The Thais spar like a game, like you're playing with a little kid. It's just little touches, this, that, and the other thing, and then you go hard when you fight.
Yeah, man. I think both are important. Like you gotta spar hard, and then you gotta like pick your spots. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're sparring hard and you're not picking your spots, you're not getting any better. You're just running the wall constantly. But when you do a little more light sparring and touching, you kind of see where the holes are, So I think both need to be done to be successful in the long run at a higher level. Lower level, guy get lucky and knock a guy out. Yay! You can do that for a while, but
Well, I think you see that with like certain camps. Like I don't want to say certain camps, but sometimes a certain experiment will come out. Like Johnny Hendricks pops up in my mind as like a guy who's strong and powerful. And with that strength and power, happened to knock a couple people senseless.
Right.
But if you were to watch him shadow box.
Right.
And so his technique is not really there. And he admits he does not spar. He doesn't do headshots in his sparring. Really, his sparring is like, can I shoot in on you and take you down? I think the last time out with Wonder Boy.
Yeah. It showed.
Boy, did it show.
It showed.
Wonder Boy excites me. I can't wait to see Wonder Boy back in action. Do you know when he's back in action? Hey, research.
If they're smart.
Find out when Wonder Boy Thompson is fighting.
UFC 200 would be my call if they want to,
But I hope when they match him, they're talking about matching with Rory McDonald. I don't like that match. I think that's a hard match for You know, he did his thing against Johnny Hendricks, and Wonderboy's doing great, but I would say that was more about what Johnny Hendricks did wrong,
Right.
and not as much about what Wonderboy. Because Rory McDonald will be able to find a Wonderboy to, you know, to stimulate Wonderboy.
Yeah.
Rory McDonald will have those resources. Johnny was saying after that fight, like, oh, how do you find a guy that can do what Wonderboy does? And you know, well, I don't know, go hang out at sport karate tournaments and find a guy. There's more and more of them coming.
Right.
You know, watch out if you don't pay attention to those side kicks and the blitzes and all that, and you're just gonna be a victim to it.
Right.
Speaking of 200, okay, research is coming up negative. We don't know when, but I'm pretty sure. I think there's a card coming up in Canada, and they want Wonderboy Thompson to go up there and fight Rory McDonald. Wonderboy, if you're watching this podcast, A, you should be doing something else with your Friday, like training. But B, don't do it. You don't want any part of Rory on Canadian soil. Forget that. They're not bringing you in to win that fight.
Right.
They're bringing you in to reestablish the Rory McDonald brand. And if you happen to win, drastically elevate your own brand.
It's a gamble, though. That's a big gamble.
It is. And there's guys that like to gamble, like McGregor. McGregor's a gambler. He's rolling those. He's about to roll those dice again. What do you think?
Throw my crap out again. Because, man, if I was him, I would take that fight at 155. They would have a better chance. Because that whole extra 30 pounds of muscle, man, you know, that's something slowing him down. I mean, you know, he's the guy with Nate Diaz as far as guys like Andre Ward every day. So he's not worried about taking a shot from you. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that? Why do you think they kept it at 170 then? Is it just?
Well, that was him.
That's him saying, no, I want to reproduce the exact scenario so that I can solve that problem. I don't want to, if he beats him at 155, then he's got to explain, oh, well, you beat him at 155, but you didn't solve that original problem. Is that what you think?
Everybody's trying to sell it for 155, and he was stubborn at 170, I read, so.
Do you think that that's because he doesn't want that RDA fight to be off the table? Like if he loses to a guy who's not really up there in the 155 division, and he loses to him at 155, well, what happens to your super fight then?
Yeah, it's out the. Nobody cares.
That's like, yeah, well, you're not good at 55.
I think he wasn't even thinking about that. I think he just wants the same setup. So if he beats him, he can be like, it was something. You know, it was one that I wasn't superior. I just wasn't. I got the proper timing, used to getting that weight, you know, whatever excuses he got, but still not a good idea. I don't think to fight at 170, but you know,
well, it's happening. And it's headlining.
Yeah, great.
Do you think of, obviously there's the McGregor factor? Do you think that should be headlining UFC 200?
No, that should be headlining.
A non-title catch weight fight. Two guys both fighting above their actual division,
but you know,
and not for a belt, or
it's because it's gonna, you know, it's because of what it did last time. You know, like the non-MMA people, you know, don't know like the real depths of it, will buy that just because it's a rematch. You know, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, not knowing that probably the same shit's gonna happen. So,
do you think though? But does it need to be main event? I mean, if it's on the card, so. you're buying the card. But, I'm not watching that card because that's the
But I'm saying it'll reach out to some people who only know Conor McGregor's name, you know. And then Nate Diaz is popping now, so they know that name. I mean, they might not watch it. They don't care what number it is. They see it could be like it barely didn't look like Roddy Piper against Hulk Hogan. You know, they don't care about anybody else because those aren't the names that are popular right now. You know.
So we got what else is going on? What are you up to? Let's talk about you a little bit. Like you've got 15 job on, so
yeah.
You cornering anybody this weekend?
I got a corner next weekend in Fresno. I corner Edgar from the gym. He has a title fight. I'm trying to go 559 fights, so you can stream that on something. I'll get it to Anthony so we can put it up on the podcast next week. But yeah, that's where I'll be next Friday. So who will be here in my place?
Hopefully, I think it will be Brandon Bender.
All right.
Brandon Bender doing his thing. I think he's He's making.
Oh yeah,
He's got a fight. Is it? He's booked now.
He has a super fight, like a grappling.
Okay, he's got a grapple. All right,
Yeah.
that's like the gym, right?
That's at La Mirada, yeah.
The La Mirada UFC gym location. They're gonna be having like an EBI style or similar Metamoris type of
Metamoris
grappling style match. And those things are becoming. Are you gonna do any of those anytime soon?
I don't know. I guess it's in the works. I don't know. I mean, I'm down if they're paying me. I'm not doing it for free or for publicity for the gym because I just don't care enough about jiu-jitsu to do it for free. But if they pay me, yeah, I'll definitely do it. I've done one before, you know, they paid me. Okay, cool, I'll do it. Not 1 or 2 minutes. I even punched in the face. It was awesome. So, but I'm not doing it for free.
Do you think with the increasing popularity, like you've got some of that happening now? EBI is on Fight Pass. EBI is the Eddie Bravo Invitational. Really interesting grappling format. Probably the best one in the world. I like it better than Abu Dhabi style format or even like the Metamoris. Because there's no draws in the Eddie Bravo rules. For those that don't know, if there's like a tie and nobody's significantly, like nobody's subbed anybody, they haven't, you know, a guy hasn't tapped out, and they'll go to overtime, but they'll do this really cool overtime format, like you got to let the guy take your back, and they'll start in that position. And now if you get submitted, it's not like, oh, it's over, because now they'll let you take that guy's back, and can you submit him as fast as he submitted you? So they do this cool stuff where they like put him in these like dangerous positions, which is an awesome, like, it's the most creative and interesting way of discovering who's better. Because like if you saw 2 guys train every day, you know, you could tell who the better grappler is. But you know, you see them in a one-off match, and you know, some guy like, it's like Abu Dhabi or something, he won with a sweep, like, oh, that sweep, oh my God, that sweep was awesome. And you're the champion because you swept a guy at one time. That seems crazy to me.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're the best. But so that's cool. That's cool that Bender's booked to do that. I think he's leaning towards getting back in the cage.
Before the year, I'm sure back in the cage. I don't know. It'd probably be a Bellator. That's what I'm thinking. But he's planning on getting back in the cage for years. We've been training with James Moonwalker, of course. Moonwalker's been training with Anderson Silva. And
he's training with Anderson Silva too.
Yeah, he trains sometimes with
Anderson. Oh, and hip hop violate, but you know, I've got some things I'm working on for him so he can, you know, survive this training.
Yeah, he's training camp. Few of the guys are fighting in the next couple of months, so each week I'll try to bring up who's fighting. And
we'll promote that a little bit. And and if you're looking for amateur fighters, find LeRon Wilson, and he's got a good little stable of people that are always willing to do something.
Yeah,
especially if you're in the SoCal area, because we don't need to travel too much. He's cornering like every weekend.
I corner a lot. At least 2 weekends out of the month, I'm somewhere standing in the corner yelling at somebody. But
and your real job, if people want to get a hold of you and they're like, I want to learn from this guy.
My real job, I'm a professor at the University of Laverne, in beautiful Laverne, California. Kines. I teach I teach martial arts over there too. So,
but martial arts, but there's some book work too.
There's a little book work. We got a Fitness for Live class. This weight room stuff. So I'm all over the place over there. And then of course, both of us work at UFC Gym Rosemead, trying to tune those guys up, make them better.
All right. So if you want to come and train with us in person, UFC Gym Rosemead is going to be the spot. If you want to do that training, but also get college credit, you're going to want to check out the University of Laverne.
Yep.
If at any point you get yourself jacked up and you need to get corrected, you need to come see Britain Chiropractic, and we will sort you out, get you fixed up, healed up, and on your way. All right. Until next time, it's the Art of War.